Take a look at the glass above the front doors. Do you see the repeating reflections of the ceiling above us going all the way down?
It almost ends up looking like an infinity mirror. You know, those setups where two reflections keep bouncing back and forth and create a kind of hallway as they stretch further away. Just what I need, an infinite hallway. I can barely navigate this place as it is.
Totally. My bathroom cabinet does that if I open both the doors at once, because of the mirrors inside of them. But why is it that the reflections seem to be fading away into the distance? And how come I can see through to the outside as well?
There's probably a few different possible reasons at play. Let's start by looking at the glass a little more close up. Notice anything about the reflection?
It's almost like the glass is behaving both like a mirror and reflecting the ceiling above us, but also behaving like glass and being a transparent surface that allows us to see what's outside at the same time.
If you think about it, we never actually see an object per se. What you and I see when we look through the glass ahead of us, about the reflections of the ceiling and the outdoors, is really the effects of the light rays that are altered by the glass. Our brain does all the calculations in our head and then presents us with a kind of model of the thing that we're looking at. You can think of your brain and your eyes working together like a cell phone camera, but with a lot more parts.
First, I couldn't trust mirrors. Now you're saying I can't trust my own brain? Okay. I noticed that the glass material is generally clear. Yes, it can reflect about 4% to 8% of light, depending on the angle at which light hits the surface. This means that 92% of light passes through the glass. That sure is pretty transparent.
And the reason we see that repeated reflection of the ceiling going all the way down but fading out as we look farther away is that we have light bouncing between the two sets of glass walls. So the same thing would keep happening on each reflection or bounce, right? So if the original image is a certain amount of the light and the first reflection we see is the result of a fraction of that amount of light, then the next would only be a fraction of that fraction. So just an even smaller amount of the original. And that happens again and again and again and again and again. Whew, that would fade out pretty quickly. What about if we did use actual mirrors?
Well, it would last a lot longer, but those reflections start to eventually dim too. And it's a good thing. I could look at my own reflection forever. Check out the link in the text accompanying this stop when you have a chance to virtually visit an art exhibit at North Park Center in Dallas. Our short video guide will walk you through this really cool exhibit where the artists used mirrors. The artwork is called This Land Is Your Land by Yvonne Navarro.